Rolling.
Everything's fine except for my mustache, but
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
okay. I feel like we should start with an om or something. So om chant. Everything should start
Take a
with
deep breath.
om chanting in
Yes.
Bali. Maybe I should do this so we don't keep looking at each other and we
Yes.
look at the camera. So Valentina.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Well, I am in your space, but thanks for having me, first of all. And welcome to the very first episode of whatever this series is.
You're gonna create the name after.
I just had the idea. I'm like, I want to talk to people. I want to get to know them. And here we are. We see how this goes. Like, I was a designer and I had a very conceptual education and everything. So it was very important for me that I have the logo, even everything, before we even sit down here. And I'm just like, no, you know what? Let's go.
Gemini thing.
Let's be more Gemini. I need to be more Gemini for sure. So yeah, to introduce you a little bit, as much as I know.
Yes, introduce me.
In terms of our podcast and this video and why we are here, Valentina and I met at their kirtan at the Raw Temple here in Ubud, and I listened to them and I fell in love, and then I kept going and going, and the more I went, the more we started talking and connecting about astrology, music, sound, whatever, and here we are. I think her energy is amazing. Just like I don't like.
And you decided to move in
I just yes. Now I'm here, and now we're doing more stuff. Hopefully, we're gonna also do some singing and astrology sessions together. More on that later, but. Yeah, I wanted to just like have her here and talk to her about what's going on in her life, her story. Like, I don't know genuinely. This is not like very Ubud. Ubud is not like the Western world where everybody just like introduces themselves. These are my accomplishments and everything. We just hug and we look in.
We trust magic.
Yes, we let that magic happen. We believe in energy. We feel the energy. So we don't talk about these things, but it is important that other people outside of Ubud and Bali also know that, what kind of community is here and who are these people and the level of craziness that is going on here.
Talk about craziness.
Let's talk about crazy.
Okay.
So, Valentina, I guess the first question is like, how did you start doing kirtan? Should we start with that?
Yes.
That's where it all began for me.
Okay.
So I'm curious about that. Like, what's your journey when it comes to kirtan?
Okay. I was into yoga for several years, and I was singing, and I had, I'm still having music voice career. And at some point, my yoga teacher, she told me, you should sing mantras. Your voice, Vishuddha, is for mantras. And I'm just, oh no, I'm not ready. I'm like, who am I to sing mantras, to connect with the divine and all that? And she's like, no, you should sing mantras.
Wow.
Start tomorrow. And I go, okay.
I want to thank your teacher. Very wise teacher, apparently.
Yes, she's powerful yogi.
So, where'd you meet her?
In Russia.
In Russia.
Russia, Siberia, hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's been with every important yoga teacher. Yeah, she know them all, and she traveled to India. Back in the days when it was less safe with no just, trusting the divine, discovering ashrams and yoga. Then she brought everything to hometown. Yeah, so she's very powerful.
Nice.
And she has all the tattoos of yantras and mantras on her body.
Wow. So she told you this, and then you were like, no, I'm not ready. And then how did you get ready?
No, I trusted her. Yeah, I trusted her. Then she's like, okay, if she's saying I'm ready, then I'm ready. Then should go into Sanskrit and meanings of the mantras and listen and get connected and go into it. So I started to do that, and I created a band, a mantra band.
This is back home.
Back home. Oh, wow. Yeah.
And when was this?
It was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you?
So then I was 29.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Saturn.
Yes. That's why I ask about ages. I don't care about other stuff. I'm like, astrologically, when did this happen?
Yes. So right at this time, I started to do mantras, and I started to do meditation for people regularly, like sound healing meditation and guided meditations, all that. Yes. And so we got a band, and we went to the journey of discovering mantras and singing mantras. It was interesting. And and 2 years ago, because of the war and other things, me and my friend, we decided we moved to Bali. Yeah, because it actually was very strong download, talking about crazy things. Like very strong intuition. Okay, you move out of country, right? And if it's Bali, then it's Bali. And I knew nothing about the Bali, like nothing. And my friend, he was dreaming about the Bali, and then at some point he will move to Bali, and we had a friend already here, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming with you.
Nice. Talk about trusting the process. Yes.
And we did. It was very romantic.
Oh, yes. And when was this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So you've been here
2 years.
2 years. Wow.
2 years. Yeah. And the beginning of this year, I met Steven, and he's like, "Well, why don't you go with me for kirtan and be my back singer, and then let's go into it more, and let's play harmonium, and let's create more, voices, 2 voices, instruments, harmonium, guitar. Let's bring Indonesian musicians to help us."
They're amazing.
Yes. So it was like 3.5 months only, like this spring, but we did it every day.
Yeah.
Non-stop kirtan. We did like 20 kirtans together, maybe more. Yeah.
And for those who don't know what kirtan is,
okay,
I'm interested in your explanation, your definition of kirtan. What is kirtan for people who don't know?
So there is a difference between kirtan and arati. So if you go to ashram, Hindu ashram, Babaji ashram, and by the way, we have a very powerful ashram near my hometown in Siberia.
Okay,
wow. Back 30 years ago, one Indian woman dreamt about creating an ashram in Siberia.
Wow.
She had visions about that, and so she did it. And we now have a community and village of devotees in Babaji ashram.
Wow. In Siberia.
In Siberia.
Nice.
So it's strong connection. And yeah, and traditionally you do arati, so praying with singing bhajana. So it's more complicated than mantras, more Sanskrit. So yeah, and you do 2 times a day.
For how long?
For an hour, sunrise, sunset, around that time. Yeah. And kirtan, it's more like celebration, you know, coming together and singing mantras. Mantras are more simple. They still can be complicated. And yeah.
Some of them are like, I don't know what you guys are saying. I'm just gonna.
Yes. And thanks for Krishna Das. These mantras, they became well known, and they became like part of the culture and Western culture. And he added like Western style of music. If you ever heard Indian raga, Indian music, it's very complicated. For the Western ear, it's so different. The tonal system, it's very awful. What's going on?
Comes out kind of like, oh, okay, calm down. No, like still,
yes.
Very ornamental.
Yeah, very ornamental. And Krishna Das, what he did, he like did a simple chord progression, like you play Beatles,
right,
and you sing mantras.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why it's like spread it so far to any corner of the world, and now everyone's doing kirtan.
Yes,
because it's he created this simple form. I guess not just he, but he's the grandpa of kirtan. Yes, actually, he came to Bali, and I met him, and he blessed me.
Oh wow!
Yes, year ago, and it was. Yes.
This is why we live in Bali.
Yeah, this is why.
Bless you, and then.
Yeah, everyone comes to Bali. Oh, wow. You stay on this island, and everyone
comes to you.
All the world.
I feel that for sure. So
tell me about your experience. What do you feel? What do you sense during the kirtan?
The interviewer becomes the interviewee. Why not? We're all like sharing here. The thing is, okay, wow, this is a funny story. At some point in my life, around 27, right before my Saturn return, but that's your nodal also return. I started listening to mantras out of nowhere. There was no one around me listening to mantras. It just came to me, you know. It was mainly like Indian mantras, I would say. Sanskrit, I love Sanskrit, which I want to talk to you about Sanskrit also. Sanskrit mantras, they just like, I don't know, they touched somewhere in my heart that like no other music can do, which I love music, all sorts of music, really. I played the piano as a kid for many, many years, classically trained. I love all the classical music stuff. To a point.
I know more things about you.
Yes.
This is the first time, by the way, when ever like talk for a long time.
Which is exactly why I wanted it to be that way. Like it's surprising and it's fresh and it's new, you know, like it's a journey for the viewer too. And then it came to a point where I was like, do I have to go to India? What's happening? Like I would listen to mantras as I go to sleep, like as a lullaby or something, you know, like. And then I had a past life regression session, and I kind of like dealt with that there. I realized that, or I saw that I had a very strong and beautiful reincarnation in India before. And after that, my whole India thing just vanished, like magical. Like after that, I was like, okay, I don't have to go to India. Now I understand. I still like to go, just to visit, whatever.
Yeah.
But like at the time, I was just like India, India, India.
Because
only long.
nowadays India and the India you've been in, it's very different countries.
So, but I never been to kirtan before Bali. I would just listen to them on Spotify or whatever, just listen, never sing along, whatever. And then I came to Bali. I realized that I also want to work with my voice. I love singing. I love music. So I went to a voice activation class kind of thing. And then I was exploring more and more stuff. I said, okay, I should go to kirtan. I've been to one kirtan with my dear friend Biril. It was okay, but it didn't really move me. But then I came to your kirtan. I was trying different kirtan. I came to your kirtan. I was like, oh wow, right. And I want to talk to Stephen also about that too. Like your dynamic, your voice, and then his lead, like it was just like you guys talking about, Shiva and Shakti. I was just like, oh my God, move, like, like. And what I love about it is that it's at the Row Temple. It's not necessarily the most like, ceremonial space. It's a cafe basically, but all cafes are ceremonial spaces in Bali. But like I could go into that kind of place, even at a cafe, just connecting. And afterwards, I felt so good. I was smiling ear to ear. I was repeating the mantras and everything. So I was like, okay, kirtan is my thing. It's very Piscean. My Mercury is Pisces. I think Pisces is just like dance, music, art, creativity, beyond like all the mental stuff. Pisces. Venus and Pisces. Venus and Pisces. We have a double Pisces in the house. With me, it's triple Pisces energy, which is why this is happening. So yeah, that's my experience. I love that it is a type of meditation. I was in the choir in high school and mid school all the time. Like music teachers loved me. I played the flute, like I was always like the best student in music class. And we have Turkish music, Turkish classical music, kind of like, which is also very like slow and long, and that really helps my moon in Capricorn. Like it's very like, with kirtan too, you can't just sing, it's not pop music, whatever, like it's about the breath. Steady. Yeah, steady. You should be cautious. And I remember in the choir too, like that music was very heavy for young kids to sing, but I was just like, yes, I love the slow pacing and the control and the discipline you have to have. And it reminded me of that. Kirtan reminded me of that. And I still feel that like singing is one thing, but singing kirtan is just like, yes, I'm being disciplined, I'm being connected, I'm being aligned, all of them at the same time. I love that. I love that. Yes. So that's my journey with kirtan. Beautiful. But one of the most difficult things, obviously, is that first of all, like there are different variations of different mantras, but firstly, I want to talk about like the lyrics, the mantras. Sometimes it's Sanskrit, sometimes it's other languages. It's like, how does one deal with that? How did you deal with that? Like that's what I'm struggling with right now. Let's talk about Sanskrit. I'm gonna sing like a couple of mantras like really out loud, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know this one. Like, and I can't really pick up like what are they saying? And of course, like with Sanskrit, it's the pronunciations are different. Also there are lots of different schools of Sanskrit, I think, or genres. Yes. I love Sanskrit. I love ancient languages. I've been studying ancient languages back in university. It's like more than 10 years ago. Yeah, and I studied Latin and Old Slavic and Old Greek. So I have this, discernment and like really digging into language of yes, and the meanings and the roots of the words and all that. I love it. Yes. Yes. I mean, what is there not to love? It's like where the language started. It's very primal and it's based on the tones of the world, you know, like all the sounds we hear, like it's so primal, which is also, it made me think about your Mercury in Aries. You know, Aries is the first sign. It's very primal. It's almost like going back to the roots where things started with speech.
And also, this is my fifth house, Aries, art.
Yes.
So I like the archaic, you know, base of art, like to the roots to connect. Yeah, I always loved it. And yeah, when you go far into history, like back into the beginnings of all languages, they, like if you travel in the past, they became more and more filled with meanings. Like, you know, imagine you carving something on the stone. You cannot carve the big, like, you know, letter with all the meaningless things. You can carve one word or like a sentence. It will contain everything.
True.
So all the languages, ancient languages, they are more meaningful as you travel back.
Like they're very loaded. They're very
loaded.
Potent.
Very potent. And one word and one root can mean like million things.
Wow.
So beautiful. That's why mantra, and especially and language, always was sacred. So this is the thing, you're not like using and Sanskrit was still sacred and was sacred. Like this the language to talk to the divine. Yeah. So basically all cultures, they had a sacred language, written language to write something meaningful, and the spoken language just to talk about buying and selling all things. So the things that we have now, it's written language and mantra, super meaningful, and we don't know all the meanings. Like scientists maybe like some percentage of the meanings, but it really it doesn't matter, because you still, like, it's like a spell. If you're using it, you're connecting. So you're not basically should know mentally all the meanings. You just need to feel it and use it and pronounce it and feel how it resonates in your body. So this is the deal with all old languages.
And Sanskrit somehow, it's very special to me too. Like when I hear Sanskrit, I'm like, wow, okay, like it's something else, you know, like. And which mantras are your favorites when it comes to singing, like in terms of language, maybe in terms of, I don't know, like different ways of singing mantras?
So from gods, pray to, yes, well, in general, like mantras for Krishna, they're very sweet. Hare Krishna, if you listen to Hare Krishna, it's always like sweet and soft and gentle and longing for the divine. Sweet. Yes, if you singing to Shiva, you imagining Shiva being more strong and more like serious. Okay, that becomes more serious and more like logic, consciousness, masculine thing. If you praying, singing to Saraswati, you're going into feminine realm. If you're praying for Kali, this is the different. She likes to cut heads and burn things and destroy things. So, and I guess for Bali, there are some favorite mantras that people sing here. So everyone knows who Kali is. Jai Mata Kali, Jai Mata Durga. Everyone knows who Shiva is. Shiva, Shambho. Everyone knows who Krishna is. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. but also I love to add something more complicated, you know, Moon and Virgo.
A challenge.
Challenge. Yeah, complicated melodies and complicated meanings. Yeah, and now I'm slowly studying Indian raga. So now I'm really doing this voice things, ornaments. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Steven always says to me like, well, you should be more straight so people can sing with you. And I'm like, no.
I'm gonna show off because I can. And you should.
Because I should have fun while I'm doing it.
And it's very inspiring to see you do what you do best, and it's very inspiring. It's like it's such a nice healing environment that we're never like, oh, but I can't sing like that. No, like I can sing whatever I sing the way I can sing.
The thing about the singing, if you cannot sing the way I sing, that's totally fine, because our vocal cords, they resonate with each other. Even if you're just listening to me, your vocal cords doing the pulse, they pulse.
That's amazing. With my Mercury in Pisces, for sure. Like I'm always at the kirtan, I'm like, I must be sounding really good right now. Like I feel really good. Like why do I not sing like this at home?
Yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah.
That explains it.
So, you know, when you look at the great dancer, for example, and you have some dance experience, this is different if you compare to maybe you never danced. So when you look at the great dancer and you have dance experience, your body feels how complicated it is, how good it is, how like, wow, yeah. And your body connects with her body. The same with singing.
Okay.
If you look at the, painting art, and you're like a little bit of painter, something about it, you're connecting more, way more. So that's why we should do art.
Yeah.
Maybe not to become the greatest artist ever, but to connect.
Yes. That's a really good point when it comes to art. People miss that point. Like when I ask people, like, do they do if they do anything creative?
Yeah, not good enough.
Oh yeah, no. And it's not about that. Like it's about connection too, and like seeing someone in their own element creating is such an inspiring thing too. Just alone.
And you don't know things about yourself before you started the journey.
True. I didn't know I could sing that well. I don't know. It's a subjective thing, but at least it feels like I'm singing very well. You know, I'm like, okay, this is good. Yeah. How about like the community aspect of kirtan, like singing all together? Singing by yourself is one thing. I'm sure it's also fun, but like this dance between you and the lead, or you and the audience, is also very important, because there's always like in betweens. We take deep breaths together, we start with om chanting, we end with om chanting. Like, how do you see that? How important it is to you? Okay, we had a little technical difficulty. My computer died. Now we continue from where we left off, and we didn't see that my left arm was blocking the view. So first video, we call it nazar in Turkish. You know that, the evil eye. There's always like something that goes wrong, so that it's not perfect. Not everybody is jealous of it. Yes, that is our evil eye. That's our nazar. So yeah, your approach to kirtan and community and singing all together and leading versus being, what do you call that? The lead and the
back singer.
Back singer. Yes.
Yes. So in kirtan, you're doing call and you're doing response. The leader is doing call, first part, and the back singer is doing response with the audience. So I started kirtan as a back singer with Steven, and now I transitioned to being a leader. So this is interesting. I experienced both. I love doing the performance, and also I love people to sing along. So I'm trying to do both to take them on a journey of the high quality performance that they can do themselves, but they can enjoy and be in a flow of me and Bang, my back singer, doing our feminine kirtan and switching between modes and speeds and laughing and talking between mantras. By the way, I love the bridges between mantras. It can be about the meaning, it can be about the intention. I love like current themes, this is full moon. Oh, this is what's coming up for me now. To you resonate guides. And also at some point people, they start to feel more comfortable and more in a space and more with their own breath and body, and so they start to sing with you, and this is so beautiful to have a choir. When you're calling and you hear the response of the choir.
As the audience, I also love like when I hear someone else like just starting singing really loudly, and I turn and I'm like, we make eye contact, or sometimes with you I make eye contact. Those moments are like so sacred, like the other day after ecstatic dance, I told you we danced together now, we sang together, because that moment is just like it's almost like we're sharing something very intimate. It's very intimate, like, because I just close my eyes and I feel very vulnerable. I'm using my voice. I'm of course, like everyone else, I'm a little bit shy about singing and hearing my own voice and everything. And it's just like you provide that space for people. And then I open my eyes, we make eye contact, and I'm like, oh, yes, see me. You can see me. Yes, no problem. I feel safe. I love that. I love that.
We talked about my singing during sound healing. We can mention that.
Yes, please.
Yesterday with a woman, she's a shaman, and she asked me like very precise questions about how do you do it? How do you bring this energy, this connection to the divine, primal energy, nature, wherever? How do you bring it into your voice? How do you how do you deliver these energies through your throat, Shuddha? And it's like the thing about being the shaman, technically, is that you walk in the two realms at the same time. Normal, 3D, and something beyond the picture, and you're bringing these sensations, energies, sometimes themes or even pictures from that space. You can call it like collective consciousness if you're into science, if you're into young science. This is pretty much the same, or you can call it magic. Doesn't matter. Because we don't understand it all. Anyway.
If you don't understand it, just call it magic.
Just call it magic.
If you don't want to be too scientific, just call it magic.
Oh, yes. I'll call it collective subconscious. So I'm bringing these themes and feelings and sensations into the conscious, into like I'm almost materializing these things to you, to the audience, so they feel connected with wherever I'm bringing. So that's why I'm like between the realms, and I'm communicating with two of them at the same time. I'm singing with my eyes open, looking at you guys, audience, and I'm speaking some things about you, like how tense you are or how relaxed you are. Do you enjoy? Like, do you feel maybe you cry, maybe? And I'm also okay. What's present? what the gods and like whispering into my ear. Yeah, okay. Let's bring it through. So I guess that's why it's powerful.
Yes, it's sound is alone. Like, you know, before there was language, there was the sound.
Yes,
you know,
sure.
Like, so if we're talking about primal, if you go back, it was
and sound.
Yeah, this is what we missed. This is why we lost our connection with the earth to begin with. We're like mind, you know, like exams, schools, diplomas, work, whatever. And then it's like, oh yeah, we lost. And then that became very mind oriented too. Now everybody's saying, oh, we lost our connection with the earth. And then, so what do you do about it? Like, you don't dance, you don't create, you don't sing. And then everybody talks about it now, like, which is again the same thing. Like, you're bring it down, like embody it, like sing, you know, not don't just say like, oh, I can't sing, I can't paint, I can't dance. There's no can'ts. Like, if you're human, you can do
yoga, go to the gym, you know, plant the plants.
That's the thing. I think like that Pluto Capricorn is coming in a little bit right now. That's why it's also like this, the whole entertainment industry, right? Like, it's making us very perfectionist when it comes to
entertainment input.
When it comes to all of these things that are primal to us. Actually, like, I hate to hear people say I can't dance. It's like, what do you mean? You're a human being. You have a body.
You can dance.
Walk, you can dance. Like, it
you
should
can
be
speak,
that
you can
simple.
Sing, you can breathe.
Yes.
That's why.
Have you ever seen a mother like saying that, oh, I can't sing lullabies to my baby, like my voice is not good? No, you're a fucking mother. You're gonna do that, and you're gonna do it beautifully. Just because you are a mother, you know. Like, I think people should really remember these things, like, just like embody that, embody being a human being. Like, these are given to you. Dance was created by the human beings.
Yes.
Period. And singing also, you know. Do you use mantras in your personal life other than kirtan, just for your personal journey, healing, or meditation? How?
I've been given a mantra in ashram, Siberian ashram you mentioned. So they gave me the mantra to purify things, or to, you know, to give me power when I touch people, do massages, like I can purify food, or just, you know, bring this energy of connection. So I'm using that mantra often when I cook. If I cook, when I'm cooking in Bali, really.
Everybody cooks in Bali, you know? Food is so good.
Yes. Yeah, when I like do massage, when I start the sound healing or kirtan, or like any practice for that matter, for the people. Yeah.
And that's a mantra special to you?
Yeah, special for me. Yeah, it about the sun energy, like variation of Gayatri mantra. Gayatri mantra is one of the oldest mantra about the sun religion. You know, the energy of the sun. You can tell him about more about that. You know, what sun means.
Oh, sun is everything. So when I'm talking about the sun, the only thing you should know is we live in the solar system.
Yeah.
Period. That's how important the sun is. Some people are like, serious sun conjunction, whatever. No, we don't live outside of the solar system. We're still dealing with all the inner planets and personal planets and trying to like transcend that. But sun is the thing we want to achieve. It's life. It's life force, power, energy. It's what makes you alive, literally.
Yeah. So to bring
nice.
aliveness.
That's a very, again, primal one, very
into things.
important.
Yeah.
And what is your calling in life? What is your purpose? What do you want to achieve with kirtan? And what are you bringing to the table? And what are you bringing to Bali?
Okay. So for now, my calling is everything connected to the voice. So voice activations, we call it voice activations. Well, in reality, you not only activating, like opening your voice, just sing, just let it out, but you're tuning it after that. So it's opening and tuning, sound healing, and mantras and kirtan. Yeah, it started with yoga. So yoga is like the base of everything. If I'm not talking about yoga, I'm leaving yoga anyway. The philosophy of yoga, the spirit of yoga. Yes.
I think yoga for a lot of people is the first step to this journey of like embodiment, like that's how we learn embodiment. I started for the first time when I did yoga, I was like, oh, okay, I'm touching myself, I'm feeling things that I haven't felt, like all the muscles and bones and everything. It's like, okay, like we all think we have a body, again, thinking, but then there's the part of like feeling all that parts of
that. Sure, we have a body. Yeah. But if we're not feeling it, the body suffers, and body signals us with illnesses and all sorts of things. Yeah. And pay attention. You live in your body.
Yes. And then after that, like all these beautiful things open up to you, because you are now an embodiment of whatever you believe in, whatever you think. You can embody that, and then art opens to you, creativity opens to you, and all that stuff.
Yes. And I like to insert Mercury in Aries.
Mercury in Pisces. I will always let you interrupt. Good. But the funny thing between us is that my son is Aries and your son is Pisces, so we have them opposite.
Nice.
So that's like a really good study too. Like I oftentimes feel like I want to speak very fast, but when I talk fast, my Mercury Pisces is like, no, like. Yeah. And then for you, it's the opposite. You want to be more slow, but your speech is like, no, but no, I want to talk more. I love that. My assistant is like that too. We have the opposite, and it's just such a nice play to see. Like we have the same energy, we're good connection, but totally like different, like gas and brake. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and sometimes I forgot things.
Yes, that's a Pisces thing. I always confuse myself. Like, what was I went on a different tangent and I forgot where I began.
Yeah, I remember. So I wanted to mention that you know the thing about being in a body, that you become a nature. This, we live with these plants, we live with this land, Pachamama, but it just the words, if you're not feeling it.
Yes.
Yeah, if you really walking the earth, really breathing the air, really smelling flowers, and feeling the sun, and you became one with all that when you're in the body. You cannot achieve it being in your mind, beautiful mind, but
the mind is beautiful too.
Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the mind is beautiful too, but as a Taurus, to me, it's like oh, the world is such a beautiful place, such a playground. Like you said, like if I can't touch this with my body, I cannot touch it with my mind, you know, like I can understand it with my mind, which is also a great modality of this human experience, but then it's like half of it, you know, like if not less, maybe.
Yeah, that's where tantra comes into play. So tantra, basically living the spirituality and being human at the same time, not being a saint, not locking yourself in a cave, but being a human and doing what you're doing, but doing it with spiritual intention and awareness and being present and saying gratitude and praying. That's what tantra means. Like embodying the Shakti, the energy, and combine Shiva consciousness or awareness or focus and energy, life, Shakti, feeling life inside you. And that's pretty hard for the most of the people, you know, outside of Ubud. That's why we're here, to learn these things. Yeah, to feel the energy force all the time, all the time.
Okay, talking about Shakti, the next thing that comes to my mind is like when you think about kirtan, because you talked about tantra a little bit too, like do you see kirtan as a feminine modality or a masculine modality?
That's an interesting question. Traditionally, of course, the leader of the kirtan should be man. But now, we're in modern times. Yeah, really, all of us combining the two energies, regardless of gender. And sometimes I may have more Shiva in me compared to some other very much feminine guy. And that's okay too. So yeah.
Some days you wake up with more Shiva energy.
Yeah, you wake up with more Shakti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kirtan goer, I'm gonna say, because like being in this wave too, because like there's the leader and the back singer, and then I feel somewhere in between, which is why I wanted to talk about masculinity and femininity, because I'm not the leader, but
why? Why do you say this?
Because there's the lead, you know, kirtan lead. He's singing and then we're repeating, but at the same time, in that too, like I feel very Pisces. I feel very led, you know, someone is leading me.
Yes.
I am singing, which is very masculine, because I am doing something actively, but at the same time, am I doing something actively? Like, can I go out of the rules? No, I can't. You know, like, but
it does you.
Yeah, it is a way, which is again this play between Shiva and Shakti. Like, who is the dance? Who is the dancer? Who is, what is black? What is white? What is real? What is unreal? You know, like that's why I like. That's why I call it very Pisces energy. It's like, yeah, something, some wave is like riding me right now. Like the sounds are coming out of me, but is this really me? You know, I'm resonating, I'm following someone, I'm supported by other people behind me. You know, it's this like, yeah, it's a wave. It really is a wave. And I think that's the part I really like. In that sense, I like the word devotion, you know, like being a devotee or something. Like during that moment, I'm like, because, you know, I do this, I'm teaching, I talk all the time, I write, I have followers, whatever. It's always very masculine, very masculine. So I am the leader, I am the teacher, I am the one, you know, who is always taking charge. And sometimes it's just like, yes, okay, I don't have to think about it right now. They have the playlist, they're singing, I'm repeating, I don't even have to think about it. The words are not complex. You know, it's just like, but I'm also like present. And in that sense, I feel very active. Yeah, that's why I dance too. And then singing kirtan is very much like that to me.
I like to see more men in a crowd of kirtan because I don't think it's a feminine thing.
Yeah.
You know, only women sing or only women dance. No, no.
I think in Ubud more there are more men dancing than women. It's crazy. my first time at yoga bar, and I was like, what? Really? Like this is crazy. And they're all really good dancers too. Yes. Like, and it's like, okay, it's time. Yeah. I mean, this is maybe a talk for another day, but like that was a very big milestone when it comes to me redefining masculinity. Because it is the kind of masculine I've never seen before.
Beautiful.
Maybe.
Yes.
In my culture, Middle East, you know, like
same for us.
I was just like, okay, he's a man, he's not gay, he's straight. It's like, oh, that definition not found, you know, like, oh, no, data being searching, oh, no, there's nothing like this before. And in that way, it's so intriguing to me. I'm like, I want to get to know this man. It's, I think what they call not the alpha man, but the beta man, you know, like the one who embodies that feminine energy too. I love that. I love men, straight men who can be so comfortable with that like Shakti energy too, that they embody both. And it's like, wow, okay. It's more rare than women who embody Shiva energy, the masculine side. We've seen it with women, you know, raising in the
even overdoing it.
Yes, sometimes. But the other one is like, okay, this is new to me. I like this, you know? Nice. Wow. Beautiful. I don't know. I think
where do you want to go?
These are all like my questions. Like, is there anything you want to add? Is there you want to talk about the life in Bali? What's in it for future? Like in the future, what's going on? What are the goals? What are the big steps? Are there any like, oh, I wish to be here one day, you know?
Well, Bali is doing a magic to you by really putting you in a present moment. You know, we all been living in the future or in the past. Like one day I will do more. I will achieve. I will feel it, the life. And now I say, no, now I feel the life now. Yeah. Whatever comes, I feel super ready. Like, universe, you can bring wherever.
I'm ready. I'm here, present.
And I'm super calm. Yes, but yeah, I have ideas about bringing more musicians and about creating not only mantras but songs. Go a little bit back into covering the songs in a beautiful way and creating a concert and get better with the key playing. Get myself a good piano. Go a little back and get myself a good piano again.
Yes.
Some things you know it when you're at home, when you're settled. You have a cat, you have a piano.
Oh, that piano was the biggest problem for me when I was moving out of my apartment. I'm like, I don't want to sell it. I can't give it to anyone. People don't have space for it. What am I gonna do with this? You know, like, yeah. So I think we should also talk about musical instruments a little bit, and that's a good segue for us to maybe you potentially singing us something and showing people your magic.
Okay.
If you're up for it. But like, what are the instruments you use? What do you like?
Okay. So
we can start with that.
Yeah. I had a guitar periods guitar.
Guitar is always a period for some people. There's a guitarist and there's always people. Yeah, it was a period. I picked it up and
well, yeah, because I always loved people playing guitar, and I always had a crowd of really good instrumentalists playing lead guitar. And when I was into jazz and like a little bit of psychedelic rock, something, you know. Yeah, or like very, very good instrumentalist. And I had an electric guitar, and I played it a beat, and I had like a normal guitar, acoustic guitar, and there was a period of flamenco music. I fell in love with flamenco. Wow. Yes, but the thing that goes from the beginning to the point of now is my voice. So I'm firstly connected with music through my voice. So I can play a bit of guitar. I can play a bit of keys, but I'm not instrumentalist, you know. It's different modes.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost. Definitely. Yeah. And strangely enough, sometimes good instrumentalists cannot sing.
Right.
They perceive music differently. Yeah. So I love to collaborate with really good instrumentalist musicians. So that's the things that I love. I'm looking forward to collaborate with a guy who plays violin. Yes, and these things. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to Steven to come back with his new guitar.
Nice.
Yeah. During the kirtan, I'm playing harmonium.
You do, and you're doing a great job. That's why I wanted to ask it. And
yes.
I think it's great. Harmonium is like, I don't know, it's one of those things I hadn't been exposed to before Bali. And now it's just like seeing you with it. It's like, it's so effortless. I'm like, this is so nice. Like, it's very self-contained in a way, you know. Yeah, you can create your own environment with it, the musical tonal environment, and then you can sing on top of that. And yeah, you're doing it so effortlessly that like I was thinking like you play all the instruments, you're like perfected everything. Like,
no, I didn't perfect everything.
Well, I mean, couple of instruments. I thought you were an instrumentalist for sure. Yeah.
Well, I am. I just really know what the good instrumentalist like. I really heard that the really professional and good musicians. So like, I can compare.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you. So, Valentina, what are you gonna play for us today and sing for us today?
I'm gonna play and sing Radha Govinda, sweet mantra for Krishna and his divine partner Radha. So this is the song about love. Masculine, feminine, all the things that we love.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes. Yeah. Any last words?
Okay. Well, come to Bali, people. Yes, and I don't know. I'm really not like I'm teaching, but I'm not giving, you should do that and you should do this and you should be that. You should be like be authentic as much as you can. This is my call. This is my baseline. So that's what I can share. Be authentic.
Yes, the wisdom
Wherever
of the
you
day.
do.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you do. Don't fear change. This is the second one. Okay, it's coming.
Just connected, guys. Slow, super Pisces. Super Pisces.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And don't fear change and transformation. And yes, step into the things you never did without fear. Just explore it.
All the good stuff is on the other side of fear.
Yes, yes. When I decided to do music professionally, yeah, I had no support.
Yeah.
And I was pretty like some part of me was doing.
Yeah. There's always going to be that voice.
I'm always like listening to the other part. That's okay. I like it. Speaking of Shakti, I feel so joyful doing it. I want to do things that I enjoy, and so this is my true statement for me. I want to do things that I enjoy. Yeah. I'm trying to enjoy all the things. I've tried to enjoy all the things that I've been doing, but really I want to connect and yeah, experience life through everything I do. That's why it doesn't matter really what you do, what you bring, what's your healing mode, what's your tools, what kind of artist you are, what kind of healer you are. Really, at some point, it doesn't matter. Well, you should do your craft like good enough, but it's all about the energy you bring through your stuff.
Yes. And maybe one last thing about Bali.
Bali.
Mama Bali.
Mama
what
Bali.
does it mean to you since we're in Bali and this is a Bali series?
Well, Bali gives me appreciation of my Piscean nature. Yeah, you cannot be weird in Bali. You cannot be too slow in Bali. You cannot be too dreamy in Bali.
Be too crazy in Bali. You can't be too naked in Bali.
Naked in Bali. You can be too, like sensual and passionate, and you cannot express too much in Bali. That's why I like this place. And firstly, it's been a journey to accept and leave some things like resistance to the past, things we learned about how things should go and how relationships should be and what you should yeah. But after that, on the other side, really you can be more authentic and open and wild, and I am those things. more than I ever been in my life. Yeah. Yes. So thanks for my journeys to that. I think it wouldn't be the same if I was 10 years younger. It really becomes more and more interesting as you go. So with every year, with every month, with every day, it becomes more and more
I always say
good stuff.
Everything happens.
So it's good to be to get old in Bali.
You get old in Bali? I don't know. I have a serious doubt about that. How can you get old in here? I don't know.
To be in your primal age in Bali.
Primal, yes. Well, everything happens at the right time. Everything happens the way it should happen. I truly believe that. And I also truly believe that this happened as it should happen. This connection and everything. Thanks for being with me, sharing this moment with me, sharing your wisdom, your story, your art with me.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate having you in my life. And we're gonna be doing more stuff together. Yay. And who knows, we'll update you guys.
Yes.
From our hearts to your hearts, from Bali with love.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wow.